Watch for A-Plus programs and special reports.
Okay, I thought I might drop in and say good morning. I want to thank my good friends again, Morton Downey Jr. and Arsenio Hall, for sort of warming you up for me, for sort of paving the way for our show to come on the scene, on the screen. And you talk about our show. Today is a blockbuster. How about 1 minute first of memorabilia? Somebody sent me a program. It says here, Michael, this is known as our memory lane moment, Michael Todd's Star and Garter with Willie Howard, who replaced Bobby Clark, and Lois Andrews, who replaced Gypsy Rose Lee. On the back of the program, there's a cover girl, I guess, of more than 50 years ago, and I would say that 50 years later, still as glamorous and fascinating as ever. And there's Bobby Clark of the old-time vaudeville team of Clark and McCullough. That's what you call going down memory lane. Willie Howard was part of a vaudeville team known as Willie and Eugene Howard, and he was famous as Professor Pierre Ginsberg. He did the famous French lesson. More about old-time vaudeville time one day soon, because today is, as we said, a show for the time capsule. We're going to be analyzing heavenly bodies with the authors of The Constellations. This is one of the most fascinating, I guess one of the greatest subjects on anybody's TV show, the stars and astronomy. Not astrology, but astronomy. We're going to have some beautiful doo-wop by the original group that made history way down memory lane. The South 9th Street. They're with us. As is Brian Gary, as is Al Messina, as our 101 Delights, the program known as the, what's the name of the show again? Could you hold up the card? The Joe Franklin Show, and it starts like this. Stay with me for a big, big surprise package. Big night tonight. If Joe Franklin were here today, in fact, he is here today, and if he were here, he would say, have we got a show for you? We've got, among other attractions, the VPs. The VPs, I want to tell you, are Wall Streeters by day, and by night, they're rock and rollers. I got to ask them what would happen if one persona inadvertently slipped into the other, and they would go to their, they go board of directors meeting one morning with their electric guitar plugged into the wall or something. That's what you call a real double life. I've got Mr. R.J. Colton with some authentic footage of the 1963 Shepton mine disaster. Mr. Colton has recorded with Elvis Presley's band, the Jordanaires, which must be quite an honor, quite a claim to fame. We've got a lot of surprises today, but the program begins with what I think has to be the world's most fascinating subject, the stars and beyond the stars. This man alongside me has got to be one of the all-time great, would I say astronomers or teachers of astronomy, Professor?
Astronomers. You're professionally called an astronomer. You teach astronomy because you love teaching, and that's the way you make your living. So
I'm chatting here, ladies and gentlemen. We could do 9 hours with this man, and with Carol Nathanson, Professor Lloyd Muss and Carol Nathanson. Introduction by Isaac Asimov, published by Doubleday. Fantastic book. I was going to say fantabulous book called The Constellations.
That's a good word, fantabulous.
Were you saying before that the sun is a star?
Yes, indeed.
That's the nearest star, then.
That's right.
That's amazing. We shall return following these words. I want you to meet R.J. and the VPs, and the big party is only just beginning. Stay with me. Everybody wants to meet the handwriting lady, the graphologist, Elizabeth Robinson. We're going to maybe change her. We're going to try and disguise our handwriting and try and fool her, try and stump her. Anyhow, this man, how can I express the feeling? R.J. Colton alongside me. What could be the feelings or the emotions, R.J., of stepping, in a sense, stepping into Elvis Presley's shoes and stepping up there where he used to sing with the Jordanaires? It had to be kind of a eerie feeling, right?
It's an eerie feeling, Joe, but it's a great feeling, and it's sort of an honored feeling.
Have many recorded with the Jordanaires since Elvis passed away, or not too many, I don't think.
No, I'm the first that the band itself, with the Jordanaires, have recorded with.
It's fantastic. How about one thought for everybody's excited about the Constellation Man. We're going to do your tribute in a moment. What do you want to ask or say about the constellations and the heavenly bodies of Mr. Professor Motz and Miss Nathanson?
How comes no one has talked about the Big Dipper?
The Big Dipper. It's not a rock and roll group, I'm sure. It's
Well, I'll let Carol talk about
Carol,
that
the Big
because
Dipper.
it comes from mythology, and that's the interesting point.
Really?
Well, the Big Dipper is really an asterism. It's a part of a constellation. It's part of Ursa Major, which is the Greater Bear. And according to the mythology, he rose into the heavens and became a constellation. And when we look at the skies, we see the actual form of a dipper within the bear. And that's the story of it. I think that our ancestors in very ancient times may have identified this star picture with some of the crude utensils that they used to scoop up liquids. They saw a dipper up there and they said, that's our dipper, that's what we use.
But ancient mythology remains happily enthroned or enshrined in modern times.
It does. It has survived all attempts at
nice.
reforming it and changing it. There was a biblical school that tried to see biblical figures in all of these star pictures, but the ancient Greek and Roman mythology has survived to the present time, and it has a useful practical purpose, too. These constellations, and there are 88 of them now which are recognized, and are used to chart the skies. If you want to say where such and such star is located, why, it's in the Big Dipper or in whatever asterism or constellation.
Boy, do you know your stuff. People are talking more and more about the VPs. I want you to know that they know how to sort of dish it out to people who, I guess, know how to take it. But before we talk about the VPs and play their video and the video of Mr. Colton, Mr. Clash, any feeling about the subject?
Well, I have a question. Often I've heard that when you look at the sky, the night sky, you're really looking at the past.
Yes, indeed.
And could you explain what?
Yes, because the light takes a certain time to reach us. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second.
Right.
Now, there's this very remarkable star in Orion called Rigel. It is a blue-white star, brilliant. When you look at that, you're looking 760 years in the past, because when the light strikes you, the light that strikes your eye, enters your eye, began to come from this particular star 760 years ago.
So that's interesting. So every different
star
is a different point.
You can associate all the history with various stars and so on. That's what we mean by looking at the stars.
Mr. Morris Robinko, any feeling on the subject?
Yeah, well, first I just wanted to say Jim and I met in Columbia, so we have something in common with your previous guests. And,
wonderful.
We
Old home
wanted to
week.
become stars back at
Columbia.
Well, you are stars now.
I like that. You want to become stars. He says he wants to become stars, and Professor says you are already stars. See that? All right.
But I just read that some scientists are thinking of making Mars like Earth and blasting it with nuclear weapons or creating a greenhouse effect up there.
Well, it's very difficult because although Mars has a certain amount of carbon dioxide in it, the atmosphere itself is exceedingly thin. It is less than 0.1%, or about 1%, or one of what we have here on the Earth, so that you couldn't do much with it at the present time.
This is known right now as a cliffhanger. My guest tomorrow is Hildegard, the incomparable, the one and only, the deer that made Milwaukee famous, Hildegard. I want Hildegard tomorrow to watch the video of R.J. Colton, this is known as a cliffhanger, and the funny parody of VPs, the two VPs. You got to tell our friends a little bit, though, first today, R.J., what the tribute is and what the... you know what I want to ask you, even more important, after this mine disaster happened, did it bring on any reform to make coal mining safer?
Yeah, Joe, this mine rescue happened 25 years ago.
And you were involved?
Yeah, I was a young boy working for a coal company in Hazelton, Pennsylvania, Pegnotti Enterprises. And this happened in Shepton, Pennsylvania, where 3 miners had been buried under over 300 foot of rock. And back 25 years ago, there was no way possible to save them. And we set the precedents for rescues from that time on. Not too long ago in Texas, a little girl was buried.
All right.
And they drilled a hole, and that's how they got her out. And we set that precedence 25 years ago. It was the first time.
This man has occasioned the remembrance. It's called what now?
The Shepton mine disaster.
And you've got a video footage?
I brought about 3 minutes or so of actual footage from back then.
And you've got a record that goes with it.
And I wrote a song to Shepton mine disaster We just finished about 2 months ago recording it in a Nashville studio with the Elvis Presley Band.
This is known as a cliffhanger. We're going to show this tomorrow. I can't wait to see it myself. Now, you got to know a little bit about the VPs. They're musicians by night and executives by day. Give us a rough idea, Jim, how that works.
Well, yeah, during the day we're all business executives on Wall Street and Madison Avenue, and at night we play in the clubs around New York City, parodying business and current events with songs like Stockbroker on the Line and Perestroika and Madison Avenue Man.
Now, Morris, what do some of your colleagues at the office think about this part-time activity?
Well, they all think it's great. I'm a commercial banker and market financial services, and they all think it's great. My bosses have come to see us play at clubs, and we're even playing a bank function. They've hired us to play, so
But
great
one persona never slips into the other. You wouldn't go to a board of directors meeting one day with your guitar by mistake, and you know.
No, just I try to be creative in my regular
He
job.
wears his sunglasses sometimes.
No.
And the parody we're going to play tomorrow for Hildegard, what's it called?
It's actually a television commercial that we ran for our new album Annual Report, and it's a parody of late-night television advertising that you see on. You know, if you order now, we promise to give you this cheap phone that would.
So when they're not spoofing and not parodying, they're. What do you think of that double occupation, Professor?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. We all have many occupations. It's only one that we drive at, primarily to earn a living and perhaps to exhibit our creativity that we can't do in many other activities.
Bravo. R.J. Colton, who is the young man getting tremendous press as the first to record with Elvis Presley's band, and getting enormous press on the Shepton mine disaster video, which we're going to show tomorrow, and the VPs. There are 5 of them altogether?
Yeah.
Lady Banker?
Right. Kathy Solmacy.
4 VPs.
Morris, myself. Dave Amlin. There's a 5th VP who wasn't on the cover that we just added to the band, a guy named Eric Philo, who works on Wall Street also.
He was busy at the computer that day? Or
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I want you to stay around and watch some of our entertainment today, and tomorrow, as we promised, both of those videos. Right now, I give you something by popular demand, as they say in showbiz. The man's name is Al Messina, and the group is called Firestorm. Once again, we thank the legendary chanteuse Hildegard. Always a milestone when that lady appears here. I think there was Jack O'Brien, the wonderful columnist, who once wrote that Hildegard sings like Garbo looks. And that's the ultimate tribute, right? Before we do the marvelous videos by Mr. R.J. Colton and by the VPs, a couple of hot numbers, I want to welcome back one of my cast members named Ken Versa. Ken has been doing his own radio show, but now... First of all, Ken, before we do a little of what we used to call Ask Joe Franklin, you're going to try and stump me.
Sure.
Unrehearsed, vouch for
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's known as truth in advertising, no rehearsal. But how about the radio show you've been doing?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, Joe, because of your influence, if you will, I got the chance to get back on radio, as they say. Joe has been a very big influence.
You play the oldies?
Oh, yeah, I play the oldies but goodies, if
Right.
you will. And,
What
of course,
station?
we go down memory lane, too.
What station?
And, of course, you can catch me on radio station WRTN. That's 93.5 FM, where I always say you have a friend, that's for sure.
RTN stands for Return Radio.
Right, and, of course, I can't think of a better place than WRTN to mark my return to radio.
One day we got to do a whole hour, gentlemen, on call letters of stations, like WGN in Chicago stands for World's Greatest Newspaper. And many call letters have meanings. Anyhow, Ken, what's some of the questions?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Of course, each time I do come on down to Joe Franklin Show, I get to rummage through thousands and thousands of letters.
Well, at least half a dozen,
yeah,
right?
and I get to pick out a few letters here and there, and of course they're pretty hard to do because we get a lot of good letters too. First one, Joe, if you will, as far as questions. Who introduced Irving Berlin's Blue Skies?
Lady named Belle Baker. Belle Baker.
And who is Belle Baker?
Famous vaudeville star before anybody here was born.
Okay. Of course, what was the Al Jolson's biggest selling record ever made?
That's a tough one. I don't know. What could it be? Who's got a guess? Rockabye Your Baby with the Dixie Melody? What do you think? I don't know. Nobody knows. Everything Mammy. Everything he sold was high in the millions. Everything.
Okay.
Everything he recorded. Everything.
Here's a good one. My uncle tells me that Joe Franklin has appeared on stage in the days of vaudeville. Is
Oh,
this
boy.
true?
Now, how could it be? Vaudeville died before I was born. Tell his uncle he's crazy.
Okay.
Continue.
You got it. All right. Did the Les Brown Orchestra ever appear on the Red Skelton TV show?
I don't think, weren't they more on the Bob Hope radio show? Les Brown and his band of renown? I think so, on the Bob Hope show.
Oh, there were more on
Got
Bob
one
Hope.
more, anything?
Okay, sure. One more. Here we go. What was the name of the little mouse that appeared on the Ed Sullivan show?
Well, who knows that?
Topo Gigio.
Topo Gigio.
Okay.
See that?
And, of course, Joe, I thank you again for the opportunity to come down and read some of the
Ken, watch a
different
couple
letters.
of these videos now. You're going to get a kick out of us. The VPs, Ken, maybe you're going to play their record on your show.
Sure.
Musicians at night, as we pointed out the other day, and executives by day. Mr. Jim Clash and Mr. Morris Robinko. Morris, would you set the scene for what we're about to...
Well, this is a commercial that we shot for our album to sell by an 800 number on, it'll be aired on cable TV, on MTV.
VH1, Financial News Network, CNN, and people can call in and order the album through this commercial. But what we try to do is not only do a commercial to sell the record, but parody some of the late night stuff that
Making fun of
that
me?
you see on. No, not you, Joe.
I'm only kidding. Let's give it a spin. I want to watch this. Let's say
Okay.
they're getting enormously popular, and they're getting great reviews from the critics. Here's a little bit of the VPs on their fun video. They parody, they spoof, they have fun, and it goes like this. The VPs. Enjoy it.
Hey, got a copy of your annual report yet?
Yep, right here.
That's not an annual report. This is an annual report. The incredible new album by the world's original biz rock band, the VPs. For over 2 years, you've seen them featured in these national media. Now, their long-awaited debut album is available through this special TV offer. Annual Report is packed with 10 great parody and original hits by the VPs, like Madison Avenue Man.
You lose your account today. Odds are you'll be on the street tomorrow. Madison Avenue Man, Madison.
The New York Times Magazine calls the VPs world-wise. And Ron Reagan from Good Morning America says the VPs give new meaning to the term playing the market.
No one knows if there's a crash in sight. No, I should relax, but I haven't got the time. Have to get my stockbroker on the line.
The VPs target current events, too, like the Soviets, the PTL scandal,
They're gonna put me on TV. They're gonna make a preacher out of me.
I wish you another growth year.
Thanks,
Fun.
Joe.
I love that.
Very good.
That's well produced.
Well, we have to sell the product as well as spoof some of that late night stuff. And you know, they give you all these gifts that you're never going to use, like these telephones that don't work. So it's a lot of fun. It's been very successful for us. We aired it on MTV and VH1 at the end of December.
Yeah, plus the record will be available at Tower Records and Vinyl Mania in the city.
You're
And-
doing well.
Oh, yeah. it's
You like
doing
that,
well.
R.J. Colton?
Very good, very good.
R.J. Colton, ladies and gentlemen, also, as promised, who recalls a miracle. Would you set the scene historically and musically for what we're about to see?